Gallagher Script. My name is Daniel Gallagher, and I am here with pretty awesome dude. His story is very interesting. This is a man who works 80 hours a week trying to make it like most Americans, and decided he needed to make more, and then went out and basically busted his butt and studied what everybody else tries to do, but it's not easy to do. His name is Ryan. He has a company called Trend Hunter Retail. It's an eBay store. He lives in Illinois, and this man told me his story about how he started reading and watching videos about many other people and how they actually became successful on eBay. And it was awesome. I mean, it was just amazing, how this guy actually took it from zero to where he's at right now, which is basically what Ryan's selling products in, basically every state in the country, right?
Every state, several different countries I've sent to. But yeah, I sell probably, I'm still pretty low volume at this time, but I sell probably about 60 items a month. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
how exactly did you start? What exactly did you do?
I started last March, so about a year now.
Okay.
I really started watching videos on YouTube about other, resellers. There was a guy on YouTube called Craigslist Hunter. He has a pawn shop in, I think it's McHenry, Illinois. So I started watching him, and, you get the suggested videos, and I would start getting videos about people that go to garage sales to find things to resell on eBay. And then I would get other videos from people that just go to Goodwills and Salvation Armies, and pretty much you buy used clothes. Sometimes you will find new clothes there that are lightly used or not used, and you could sell those on eBay.
So you're selling 60 items a month now?
Yeah, 60 items a month. There's people on that I watch that, I learned from, that they're selling 10 to 15 items per day.
Wow.
But they're doing that pretty much full time. I still have a full-time job, so I do it in my spare time as, a side hustle.
So what are you doing? You're going around to different spots and getting clothing that are the current trendsetters?
Yeah. I mean, I sell mostly men's clothing. And men's clothing to me is more brand oriented compared to women's. Women's is more, I think, trendy. You got to know the trends more. So I kind of stay away from that. Not to mention that women's clothing, I don't really know anything about it. So,
Well, 60 pieces a month for just men's clothing. I mean, you have to understand the trends that are live and active and current for the men's clothing.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
so what do? You go and you get them, you bring them back to your office, you take the photos, and then you just launch them on eBay. That's it?
Yeah. You just launch it. It's very easy to get started. That's kind of why I started it. You don't need a lot of money. You don't need a lot of equipment. You just need your phone pretty much. A lot of people say you could just start by selling items that you already have in your house. That's how you can start learning how to use eBay. People are very scared of the shipping. Shipping is, it's strange at first, but what?
I said, you don't want to come to my house. That if people start selling things that are in their house, I probably have 10,000 pieces that I could sell now, because I've got 2 kids, and everywhere I walk, I basically put holes in my feet because there's toys lying everywhere.
Well, there you go. I mean, I don't know if you'd be able to sell all those things, but yeah, you could try.
Just as early as yesterday, walking into my daughter's room, I stepped on three dice and then fell to the ground. It's hard not to get angry in those situations, but yeah, nonetheless, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. You sell anything with pets or anything like that? Or would you ever see yourself selling anything for pets? I only bring that up because pretty sure you told me that you have a couple of dogs in your house. Is that a big market too?
I mean, people sell everything. There's everything on eBay, obviously. So yeah, everybody's got their own niche. I'm just going with the clothing because that's the easiest to go and find right away. And that's where I found all these videos. So that's where I started. I mean, sometimes I will sell, trying to think of what other kind of items I have sold besides clothing. I know I sell like backpacks and things like that, but that I guess that's kind of in the same realm.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people I think out there that sell all kinds of stuff, right? I mean, just an ungodly amount of stuff. I mean, I buy a lot of stuff from eBay too, and it's everything you could possibly imagine. eBay's awesome. eBay's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing how many things are out there for people to sell.
You set your prices before you list it and stuff.
Yeah, you kind of do research on eBay to see how much people are asking and how much things are actually selling for, and that's pretty much how you get your prices. There's
So
also
when one of your products sell, do you actually stand up and say, "We got one, baby"?
No, but they do have on your notifications when something sells, you get a cash register ring, so that's kind of.
I just want to hear that ding all day, every day.
Yeah, that would be
the biggest sector? What is the largest sector? I mean, isn't the largest sector women's clothing? I mean, the largest, internet retail sales sector, isn't it? I don't know the statistics, but isn't it women's clothing, designer clothing?
I don't know. I mean, I know eBay's got a big auto parts division. I don't know if that's the biggest.
Yeah.
Millions and millions of clothing items on eBay. So
yeah, well, that's awesome. I mean, and most of it's fairly reasonably priced. I would think. I mean, I don't go. I don't buy clothes off of eBay because I'm the type of guy that will buy it and it will absolutely not fit. I mean, I have to go and try it on. It's maybe why I haven't bought clothes in a very long time, but I got to go there and try it on. And I hate going to the retail stores. I hate going to
the whole reason for eBay. I mean, you're finding higher priced items for cheaper.
Yeah.
Like this shirt here I bought from I don't know. I thrifted this shirt. It's an LL Bean shirt. Probably new. It's like $80. I got it for $5 or $6 at Goodwill or somewhere.
But when you say you thrifted it, you mean you went to a thrift store and found it?
Yeah, that's pretty much. I'll keep things that fit me that I like, and it's cheap. So
yeah. Well, I mean, let's be honest. Clothing has pretty hefty margins, on it, right? Across the board.
Well, everything is expensive these days, so
that makes me sick.
That's pretty much, the reason for doing this. I mean, I don't understand how a lot of people are making it. Maybe there's a lot of people like that.
I woke up this morning and I had to put up, before I even finished my yawn, I put $100 worth of gas in my vehicle. Now I'm driving in a blizzard. It's a blizzard outside right now. Yesterday it was 80 degrees. Today it's a blizzard. You get that? 2 inches of snow, yesterday 80.
That's Illinois for you, so.
It's I don't know, man. It's pretty tough living around here sometimes. But yeah, everything's a fortune. Everything's a fortune. I went to McDonald's the other day with my 2 kids. Okay, standard McDonald's meal. It was $34. I looked at the lady in the drive-thru. I said, "Is this correct?" She goes, "Yeah, it's $34." I said, "Oh my God, now you do that 5 times, 4 times a week, because your kids all want McDonald's."
Yeah, you can't.
Huh?
You can't do it 5 times a week.
No, it's just a different deal out there right now. I've never seen everything so expensive. It's unbelievable. But yeah, man. I mean, so what else do you have? To talk about with regards to you started the eBay store. It's been a year. You're up to 60 items a month. And the 60 items a month are probably because you only have enough time to go get and find and acquire X amount of products so you can list 60. Like, for instance, could you list 300 products right now if you purchased them and found them?
Yeah, I could. Like I said, I have a full-time job, so I don't have all the time to do that. But yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of how they say, that's kind of how many items you're going to sell. If you list 60 items a day, you should be able to sell 60 items a day. If they're good items, you can't just sell anything because it's got to be some things that people are actually looking for.
Well, I don't want to get into your personal finances or business finances, but on a broad range spectrum, how much can somebody expect to make at selling roughly ballpark, 60 to 100 items a month in eBay? And I know that question's difficult to answer, but in the clothing sector, more specifically men's designer clothing, what can somebody expect to make on something like that on a monthly basis? Is that a $5,000 a month deal gross? So what is that? I'm not asking for your math. I'm just saying, what can somebody expect or hope to get?
Well, I would say if you're selling 60 to 100 items, now, like I said, they have to be fairly good items. You can't go and sell things that you find at Kohl's are not going to sell because people will just go to Kohl's to buy that. They're not that
Yeah.
expensive at Kohl's either. So, but I would say 60 to 100 items, I would guess you would probably be able to make 1,000 and maybe, let's say, 1,000 and $1,500 a month.
Now that's net, right? That's in
Yeah.
your pocket. Well, but doesn't eBay take out all kinds of fees? Don't they take out, or they have a structured system?
Yeah,
Don't
that's
they take
after
out
fees. That's after fees. They take, I believe it's 13%.
13% of the sale?
13% of the sale, the taxes, the shipping, they add it all together. So they base that on everything, the gross sales price.
Okay. Wow. That's I guess that's right.
Well, I mean, what are you going to do? I guess you're using their huge platform, and I guess that's what you pay, right? So
Yeah. I see a lot of cars for sale on eBay all the time. I look for the cars every so often. It's just amazing to me how many are for sale.
yeah, I've never looked at the cars, but they have a whole eBay Motors.
Oh my God. Millions of cars. And it's just a never ending story of cars. It's unbelievable. It's almost equal to standing in a line at any one of the Disneyland parks in the morning. Yeah. I went there last year. It was a solid, hour just to get through the gates, and then when you're in the gates, all of a sudden you ask yourself, where did all these people come from?
That's Disney. That's Disney, yeah. I mean, that's another thing people do the eBay stores for vacations.
To pay for the Disney trip?
Yeah, Disney is not cheap.
I will never forget a moment I had with my family, my two kids, my family, and we brought my mother on this particular trip. We had standard cheeseburgers, okay? Standard cheeseburgers, standard fries. I got water, okay? Well, the other kids got the drinks and all the other stuff, right? Okay? Just wanted to see. It was almost $164.
Yeah.
$164. And then the best part about it is that when you actually look at it, you see the cost of $164. That one little section on the receipt that you love to see so much, and it says,
yeah.
So $164 is 3,000 times already inflated, plus a tip. It's a $200 lunch. I can't even tell you what we spent on this Disney trip. It was unbelievable. So maybe I should take your advice and actually, open up a store, Elder Strip eBay store or something. My God.
You might have to. You might have to.
So you're Trend Hunter.
Trend Hunter retail at eBay. So if you search Google or whatever, and you searched Trend Hunter retail eBay, my stuff would start showing up.
Do you like doing it still? I mean, it's been a year. Do you actually like doing it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it's kind of like a treasure hunt. So when you go and you find good stuff, it's cool. It's kind of like, it's almost like an adrenaline rush. Yeah. Now, there are times when you don't find good stuff, and it's the other way around. But you usually find stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you obviously certainly do if you're selling upwards of 60 a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let me ask you this question. How many times do you actually go searching for products a week or a month? Well, let's just call it a week. How many times do you go searching for a product a week?
I try to go like every other Saturday. I'll go for like almost a full, maybe half day.
Yeah.
And then maybe once or twice during the week, I'll go to like the stuff that's close to me.
Yeah.
I had a whole bunch of items kind of stored away, so I haven't gone in a couple of weeks, but I got to start getting back out there because I'm starting to run low.
Yeah.
Because I'm listing 3 items per day. So if I need 3 items per day, that means I need, about 90 items every month I got to find.
Yeah.
Some of these guys, they're listing 15 items per day, which means they're needing, 15 times, they're needing way more than I need. I don't even know how to get.
Would you have anybody helping you? Do you have anybody helping you identify these products, or is it just you?
It's just me. I mean, yeah.
If somebody wanted to get to $5,000 a month in net take home, right, a month, right, that would look like how many products identified, products sold, and products, actually products identified, products listed, and products sold.
$5,000?
Yeah. What would you say that would look like? Ballpark.
I'm going to assume maybe 8 or 9 items per day
Yeah, sold.
sold.
Sold? Okay. I mean, that doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot. I mean, it is a lot. So what is that? What is that?
Yeah, 8 or 9 items. Yeah, I mean, you got to get 200 and something items a month.
Yeah, and you're shipping them yourself.
I'm shipping them myself. Yep.
And what are you doing? I mean, are you putting them in a UPS or how are you shipping them? Do you have an account UPS, FedEx? Shipping them out that way?
Yeah, you just ship them. I ship them UPS ground and priority sometimes, and it's fairly easy to ship, so it's not that big of a deal unless it starts going out the country.
Caveman can do it?
Yeah, a caveman probably could. I mean, at first it's a little bit daunting at first because you don't know. You need to worry about the weight and size and all these things, and something people aren't used to, I guess.
Well, look, let me ask you a question. You seem like a very cool dude. What do you do for fun? Like, what do you like to do for fun? Are you working all the time? What's the deal, man?
Yeah, I work all the time. Regular life is not exactly. My life, I guess, is work at this point.
It's what?
It's work. That's all I do, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, it sucks because when you get to a certain age, all you do is work. I'm at gymnastics practice. I'm at basketball practice. I am at swimming practice. I am at work. And then guess what I get to do? I get to go to bed, wake up, and do it all over again. It's a pain, man. I mean, it's like when you hit a certain age, that's all you do is work. That's all you do is work. That's all you do is work. You have the occasional smile. Like I was telling a friend yesterday, I go into my office every day. I'm in my car. I go into my office. I'm driving. I don't see anybody smiling. Nobody smiles. Nobody actually smiles. Everybody was smiling recently. You got spring break, things like that. But I'm talking about your actual daily routine. Nobody smiles anymore. It's crazy.
Well, I'm pretty sure people just don't drive around in the car smiling.
Well, maybe they do. Maybe they do.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe they do. I don't know.
I mean,
maybe
you might do that.
Well, what I try to do is I try to blare the music and I just scream. I just scream at the top of my lungs, until I lose my throat, because I know I'm going to be getting into the office dealing with all kinds of lovely things.
Right.
But I'll tell you what, man, I'm happy you're doing that. That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, all kidding aside.
Well, hopefully it pays off, keeps paying off.
At the end of the day, everybody's trying to look for something that can make them a little bit more money or even a lot more money. Because let's face it, it's not easy out there. It's just not easy. And for most people, what you make, it's just simply not enough. Or you're constantly juggling between this dollar or that dollar, this penny or that penny. And it sucks. It's irritating. And it is what it is. To be able to bring in an extra couple $1,000s a month would help in a massive amount of people if they just do it. I mean, Ryan, how long did it actually take you to truly? Well, let me ask you this question: from the time you just decided to do it, how long did it take you to sell your first product?
It was pretty quick. I would say within a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. I mean, but when I first started, I was not selling a lot. I mean, I only sold maybe 30 items in the first month, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look, but
that's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, if you have good items, they're going to sell.
So certainly not want to go out there and look for pens to sell.
No, that would not sell. I mean, they might sell it for like nothing.
I was talking to a guy up north one time, and we were just talking. And he told me that he makes pictures for a living. And I said, well, that's interesting. Like, are you a photographer? You go around and take pictures of different scenes or animals or what have you. And he goes, no, we actually come up with funny sayings and we put them on a picture frame and we build the picture frames in our garage. And he goes, come here, I'll show you. Walked me in the garage. It was a 3-car garage and he had it all set up for the company. When he told me what he was making a year from selling picture frames with funny sayings in it, like, life sucks, get up, or, whatever kind of slogan or wording you want to come up with, but funny things, I almost fell over. shocking. You know, it's just amazing, the internet. It's just amazing, you know, how many people you could reach. My point is, you know, with the internet, you know, being what it is.
Yeah, I agree. And there's so many opportunities out there. I guess you got to go try them.
You got to go.
Yeah.
So, Ryan, let me ask you this question off topic. When's the last time you were at a basketball game or a football game or soccer game? Are you a big sports guy? Something tells me you're a big sports guy. You like sports?
I used to watch sports a lot. I don't watch them anymore. I don't know why.
Because you're working all the time.
Yeah, I think that is actually it. I used to do fantasy football. I used to do fantasy baseball. I don't do any.
That's sad. That's sad. You know, life is not over when you're in your 40s. It just begins. Maybe you should get back into doing some things that you enjoy.
Yeah, I would like to try. I got bills to pay. So
There's a country song there. There's a country song.
Bills to pay, and it's just not that easy, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's life. All right, well, cool, man. Well, I'll tell you what. Is there anything else you want to talk about with regards to your store? It's called what again, and how can these folks find it?
It's called Trent Hunters Retail.
Can you spell that for you folks?
TRENDHUNTER Retail RETAIL. Hopefully my spelling is all good here. And if you just add that with eBay on Google or whatever search engine you use, my items should show up. Right now I have a lot of golfing items for the 2025 golfing season. So anybody looking for golfing, there's some good stuff on there.
All right, man. Well, I'll tell you what, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. I'll go ahead and put your stuff in and try to plug it as much as possible, but I just give you a heck of a lot of credit doing that and setting it up, because I know it's not easy. It's not easy setting up, let alone being successful at anything. To open up an eBay store and start selling almost immediately, now in 60 products a month, that's a big deal. You know, it's a big deal. I'm sure there's people out there selling way more, and there's certainly people out there selling way less. So I give you a lot of credit, man. I really do give you a lot of credit. You got an email address associated with the store in case somebody wants to reach out to you and ask you a question or two?
Yeah, it's trendhunterretail@gmail.
Okay. All right, Mr. Ryan, we appreciate it, man. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you for having me, and have a good one.
You.
All right, bye.